Vandeham Sri Guru Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurum
Hare Krishna everyone, welcome back to the 63rd episode of Paripraśna. So we are in the middle of this wonderful pastime of Maharaja Prithu. We have discussed about his prowess, his great accomplishments. He was so capable that he could even chastise Mother Earth and chastise her and chase after her every nook and corner of the universe and then milk all the wonderful produce from her. And then we saw how he leveled the entire earth, made it flat, and organized it into cities and villages and industrial areas and agricultural pasturing lands and whatnot. And also in the last episode, as you have probably already listened to the podcast, you would have seen that he undertook this great 100 Ashwamedha sacrifices. And Indra, as usual, he gets insecure, and especially after he finishes 99 sacrifices, repeatedly he was coming in various disguises, introducing these apasampradayas, adharmic principles, and then Brahma intervenes with this conflict between Maharaja Prithu and Maharaja Indra, and Brahma advises Prithu, you stop at 99, your 99 is greater than Indra's 100. And pleased with this submissiveness, pleased with his attitude and detachment, Lord Vishnu himself comes and blesses him profusely, and he brings Indra, and how Prithu immediately forgave him and showed his affection towards Indra. And then we also witnessed Prithu Maharaja's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful prayers. So all this we have seen so far. And today our objective is to try and discuss three amazing chapters. Chapter number 21, where Maharaja Prithu is going to instruct his citizens. And then chapter 22, how he receives the four Kumaras and receives instructions from Sanat Kumara. And then finally, chapter number 23, the glorious going back home, back to Godhead of Maharaja Prithu along with his wife Archi. So we have a lot of ground to cover as always. So let's go ahead and inquire and learn from His Holiness Bhakti Padma Saurabh Pracharak Swami Maharaj. So Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranams, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
So Maharaj beginning chapter number 21 here, instructions by Maharaja Prithu. So I'll just quote maybe the first couple of shlokas. Maitreya uvacha Moktikai kusumasragbir dukulai swarnatoranaihi mahasurabhibir dupair manditam tatra tatra vai. The great sage Maitreya told Vidura, when the king entered his city, it was very beautifully decorated to receive him with pearls, flower garlands, beautiful cloth, and golden gates, and the entire city was perfumed with highly fragrant incense. And continuing second shloka, fragrant water distilled from sandalwood and aguru herb was sprinkled everywhere on the lanes, roads, and small parks throughout the city, and everywhere were decorations of unbroken fruits, flowers, bedded grains, varied minerals, lamps, all presented as auspicious paraphernalia. So, like this, Maharaj, there is a very visual description of how well the city was decorated. So, Maharaja Prithu is entering, he's just had darshan of the Supreme Lord, all the universal celebrities, he bid farewell to them, received their blessings. So, Maharaj, going back to an earlier chapter in Canto 1, I believe, even when Krishna was re-entering Dwaraka, there also such wonderful description was there, very nice decoration. So, contrasting Maharaj, the kind of decorations in the Vedic times versus the kind of decorations in the current times, here we see words like auspicious, pure. So, what is the definition of pure and auspicious when it comes to decorating the places?
It is all Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna.
Okay.
There are three modes of nature, and every activity is done according to the three modes of nature.
Mhm.
So when something is sattvic, means that is auspicious.
Okay.
Something is rajasic, means passionate,
Mhm.
passion, ignorance.
Mhm.
That is not very auspicious. So, what is auspicious? Something which is grown naturally.
Uh-huh.
These days, you go to wedding ceremonies, the Vivaha Sanskaras, which people do.
Mm.
They spend crores and crores of rupees, and they have 56 items, sometimes 108 items.
Mm.
In one wedding, one businessman spent 500 crores on a daughter's wedding,
Mm.
only to get a divorce after 1 week.
Oh. Mm.
In that wedding, there was one of the donors
Uh-huh.
invited that you meet him.
Mm.
So I'd gone there. So they had 1,008 items.
Oh my God.
1,008. The big round and all inauspicious things. Of course, there's something to eat. Everybody just into eating only. How much they can eat? 1,000 they ate.
Sure.
50 kinds of dosas, 50 kinds of doklas,
Oh my God.
something like that, strange.
Uh,
But very unfortunately, the whole decoration where the
Mhm.
stage was there, when the bride and the bridegroom were there,
uh-huh.
the flowers used were plastic.
Mm. Mm.
So just they did not have some extra money to buy natural flowers.
Mm.
So it's plastic, everywhere plastic.
Mm.
And when they are feeding in plastic plates.
Uh-huh. Mm.
They spend money.
Mm.
So in spite of all kinds of opulence, when it is all passion and ignorance.
Mm.
In Sattva also you can have opulence.
Mm.
So that is auspicious opulence. Somehow people have no idea about what is auspicious thing, what is Sattva.
Mm.
Now, for example, if somebody makes a menu, they can make very auspicious items out of cow ghee.
Yes.
So instead of that, they use some cheese which they don't know where it is from.
Mm.
It is from pure cow milk or not. That is not seen. That is not observed.
Mm.
So the basic decoration is done by kadali, that is by coconut, by the plantain trees, banana trees.
Mm.
And you have mango leaves. These are the auspicious things by which you should do decoration.
Mm.
The more money you have, the more you can do auspicious things. It's not a problem, but passion has crept into
Mm.
passion.
Mm. Not just decorating the city, but decorating one's home, decorating oneself. These finer aspects of Vedic culture. Looks like people had ample amount of time and interest. Even when we see these beautiful paintings that Prabhupada instructed his disciples to do in Prabhupada's books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and these pastimes, they're so well decorated. The kind of ornaments you do, the hairdo, the way they dress, everything. What is the aspect of this Kali Yuga products like me? I mean, we just don't have that interest to learn and inculcate, whether it's in decorating oneself or decorating our homes or in this case, decorating the cities. Why are we losing these finer, refined elements of Vedic life?
It is because of the culture.
Mm-hmm.
The Western culture is based on passion and ignorance. So you import that culture, then these things become prominent.
Mm.
One of the important aspects of culture is food. Keep decoration aside.
Mm.
Once there was a discussion on a menu for a particular festival.
Okay.
Then one devotee told, "Bro, the best menu should be there. I'll sponsor everything."
Okay.
Then one devotee became very enthusiastic and made a menu of paneer, that, and pizza, and a burger, and pav bhaji, and so many things he made.
Mm.
Ice cream. Then I asked one question: where are you going to get the paneer from?
Yeah.
Market made. But are you making sure that the paneer is made up of pure cow milk, Desi cow milk? Then he told, no, Prabhuji. So that is auspicious. I told, okay, when you're getting some sweet from the market, are you making sure it is from cow milk, pure Desi cow milk? So the very definition of good that has changed from goodness to passion, passion to ignorance. So it's not good and bad. In what mode, that is important. So whatever in goodness, that is good and auspicious. Because Sattvam Sanjayate Jnanam. Then I told, okay, you make a menu, all these things, but I have another menu. I told, you have Desi cow ghee and make khichdi out of it. Get fresh vegetables, organic vegetables, and make khichdi. And you get papad made of fried in kachi ganiga organic cold pressed oil. And if you really make someone want to have some sweet, then you bring pure Desi cow milk and make rabdi out of it. I can tell 100 things more. Then the devotee told, Prabhuji, this will cost more. In lesser price, you're getting so many items, but in your menu, this is costing more and you're getting less items. I told, it is not less items or more items. It is auspicious and auspicious. Healthy and non-healthy. So then they'll agree for my menu. Let it be expensive, but we will do. I told you say it is simple. Simple, but it's expensive. More auspicious, more opulent.
Nice, very nice.
Like you have sent. These days you get some agarbattis. Nice fragrance, all chemical. It's all passion and ignorance. You get sambrani, it is kalagru. That is so auspicious. No, that's very expensive, we cannot do. Yeah, that's the thing.
Very nice, Maharaj. In some other lecture, I don't recall exactly which lecture, you had touching upon the food aspect. You had, I think, just 2-3 minutes. You spoke about traditional items. So I was so inspired by that. So just a couple of months ago, I made a long list of all the Tamil Nadu related traditional items, Andhra related, because I'm from South India, Karnataka, the Brahmin, this thing, Tambuli, this, that. So now I have a long list and I have found some authentic recipes also, like what they used to make, like our grandmothers and all. So now I just have to experiment them.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So Maharaj, going forward in this pastime, so all these decorations, so here is Maharaj Prithu entering. So we see, I'll just quote the 5th sloka here. Shankadundubi Goshena Brahma Goshena Chartvijam Vivesha Bhavanam Viraha Stuyamano Gatasmayaha. When the king entered the palace, conch shells and kettle drums were sounded, priests chanted Vedic mantras, and professional reciters offered different prayers. But in spite of all the ceremony to welcome him, the king was not the least bit affected. So he was not the least bit affected. So, Maharaj, there are so many things to learn from Prithu Maharaj, but this thing, his humility, his equanimity is so heartwarming. So, can only pure devotees who have this natural exhibition of humility and this equanimity can they produce, or what about sadhakas like this, like us? How can we consciously have this quality of being unaffected, whether it is praise, criticism, or happiness, distress, or whatever that is? How can we have this kind of stability in mind?
Yes. It happens only when you think that those praises belong to Krishna and belong to your Guru. Otherwise, when you start thinking that this belongs to me, it is because of, I don't have any qualification. It is because of my Guru. These praises are there for me. So these praises actually belong to my spiritual master. It doesn't belong to me. That should be the mood. Then only things will happen.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is called humility. When you offer the praises to your spiritual master, and that is called humility.
Nice, very nice. So Maharaj, in the next section, were you going to continue, Maharaj?
No.
Okay. So Maharaj, in the next few verses, we see how exemplary his rule was. He was so accessible as a leader. And Prabhupada is also writing the current day leaders, whether it is democratic government or monarchy. So Prabhupada is also emphasizing how simply by following in the footsteps of great kings like Maharaja Prithu, there can be happiness for everybody. It's so nice to see here. His citizens are so happy. He is so happy. The sages are so happy. Such a wonderful atmosphere. So, how can what can the modern leaders learn from the rule of Maharaja Prithu?
Just be like him. What is there to learn? Just be like him. So there are two things. One is you are having the ability. Other one is you are qualified for it. Just because you have the ability, that doesn't mean you are qualified.
Interesting. Okay.
So somebody may be very able, having the ability of being the king, but if they are not qualified, then you may say, "What is this?"
Yeah.
You may say, "What is this? How can you say something like that?" Yes. You have ability. That means you are very good in doing a particular activity.
Okay.
But you don't have the qualities to do that. That's the problem. You don't have the quality. That's the problem. Like somebody may be having the ability or qualification of being being a doctor. Ability of being a doctor. But he may turn up in kidney chore.
Yeah.
Very nice operation that the patient doesn't even know that kidney is stolen. Is he a very good doctor or a bad doctor?
Extremely bad.
So he's a good doctor. Can you say he's not a good doctor? He is a good doctor because he had the ability to do the operation so nicely that yeah.
So there's a huge difference between being capable and having the right.
Yes. Yeah, having the qualification. Qualification comes by qualities. So leader also means one who has the quality of a leader, not the ability. He may be having the abilities. Like Ravana was a good leader.
Yes.
It comes to leadership, but he's not qualified leader. Qualification comes by qualities. That's the thing.
Beautiful. So Maharaj, here in the 7th verse, Sa evam adinye anavadya cheshtitaha karmani bhuyamsi mahan mahattamaha kurvan shashasavani mandalam yashaha sphitam nidhaya ruruhe param padam. King Prithu was greater than the greatest soul and was therefore worshipable by everyone. He performed many glorious activities in ruling over the surface of the world and was always magnanimous. After achieving such great success and a reputation which spread throughout the universe, he at last obtained the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Maharaj, in an earlier episode, you had explained to us four types of devotees, four types of non-devotees, sadhutama, ati sadhutama, sadhutara, ati sadhutara, like that you had distinguished. But here, Mahan Mahattamaha, greater than the greatest soul, Prithu Maharaj. What qualifies him Mahan Mahattamaha?
In the glorifications of Sati, of Lord Shiva, there we find she uses this word, Ati Mahattamaha.
Yes.
or here Mahan Mahattamaha.
Oh.
That means one who doesn't find any fault in anywhere.
Mm.
The whole world is Krishna's energy for such a person.
Mm.
That is what is the speciality.
Mm. Mm.
Prithu Maharaj is Mahan Mahatta means he is the greatest among all the Mahattamas who are Uttama, Madhyama, Kanishta. And Uttamadhikari, Yomam Pashi Sarvatra, Sarvam Chamai Pashyati. This is Krishna's everywhere. There is no question of any bad, good, bad, ugly for him. It is all Krishna consciousness. Whole world is Krishna. That is speciality.
So Maharaj, jumping to the 12th verse now. So he is undertaking another great sacrifice after the 100 Ashwamedha sacrifices. So I'll just quote the translation. Maharaja Prithu was an unrivaled king and possessed the scepter for ruling all the 7 islands on the surface of the globe. No one could disobey his irrevocable orders, but the saintly persons, the Brahmanas, and the descendants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Vaishnavas. So Maharaj, I want to touch upon here, I'll fast forward and touch upon this whole chapter, the 3 chapters when I was reading repeatedly. What comes is the kind of affection, the reverence that Maharaja Prithu has for the Vaishnava class. So here is also said, Achyuta Gotrataha. So he ruled everybody, but he did not touch on Achyuta Gotrataha. So how is this spiritual authority greater than political authority and this kind of submissiveness that Prithu has for the Brahmanas?
Achyuta Gotra basically refers to sannyasis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Of course, you can interpret as those who are totally surrendered to Krishna. So the Smriti Shastras clearly say that the king has no adhikar over a sannyasi.
Oh, okay.
And he cannot touch the property of the Brahmanas. The king is subservient to the Brahmanas, so he cannot do that. So sometimes some people have taken undue advantage of this rule. They did some crime and the king would send the army to arrest that person. This person would go and take sannyas.
Apat sannyasa is called.
Apat sannyas.
Okay.
So that has happened in the past. But still, that trust of a sannyasi had to be respected.
So, Maharaj, you said sannyasi, and later section, I think you were going to say something else. Continue with it.
No, nothing.
Okay. In a future section also, later in this chapter, Maharaja Prithu, in instructing his citizens, of course, he gives other instructions also, will come to that, but since we are already talking about this, so the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, he says how, first of all, how to recognize the genuine Brahmanas. He talks about they are so tolerant, they are perseverant, and this and that, and they are so humble. So earlier in Devahuti Kardama, no, Kapila Devahuti Samvada also, Kapila also said, sadhu bhushanaha. So their ornaments. So how does one recognize a genuine Vaishnava? Vaishnavas are all Vaishnavas, but how do we know somebody who is really decorated with those qualities and then we can surrender to them?
When you want to see a Vaishnava or a sadhu, just understand by his dress and then pay obeisances to the dress. So when it comes to surrender, then you have to see whom should I surrender. The first qualification is that a person should be inspirational to you, number one. Number two, he should possess the qualities of a sadhu, that is Titikshva, Karnika, Surudasraudinam, Jatashatva, Shanta, Sadhava, Sadhu. So respect is for all sadhus, but when it comes to surrendering, then one has to see whether that person is inspirational or not. Well, when it comes to respect, you should respect all sadhus. Anybody wearing the dress of a sadhu should be respected.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that aspect takes time, isn't it, Maharaj? Surrendering to the sadhu, because only with time do we actually get to know their
Yes,
qualities.
yes. Takes time.
Yeah.
Take all the time.
Hmm.
The scriptures say that.
Hmm.
Take all the time.
Hmm. Okay. So I'm jumping to the 38th verse. I will come back to the other section later. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ancient eternal Godhead, who is foremost amongst all great personalities, obtained the opulence of his staunch reputation, which purifies the entire universe by worshipping the lotus feet of those Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. This is really amazing, Maharaj. It is so important to worship the lotus feet of the Lord. But here it is said that Lord is also getting his reputation, which purifies the universe, by worshipping the lotus feet of Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. So, what is so great about Brahmanas and Vaishnavas here? Maharaj Prithu is telling even the Lord is drawing his powers by worshipping the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas.
There is a system which the Lord made. And he has to follow this, follow the system. Hmm? If he follows the system, then others will follow. All the strength ultimately comes from Krishna only.
Okay.
So Krishna, he has made a system and he follows the system and shows to the world this is how it is.
Mm.
So he follows the system. The system of is that you get the strength by worshipping the Supreme Lord. Like Indra, when he disrespected Brihaspati, then he lost all the opulence.
Yes.
On the same time, when Bali Maharaj, he respected and worshipped Shukracharya, the demons became powerful. So the system is this. Anybody who worships the Brahmanas, they will become powerful. Yes.
Okay. So here he goes on to say, by regular service to the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, one can clear the dirt from his heart and thus enjoy supreme peace and liberation from material attachment and be satisfied. In this world, there is no fruitive activity superior to serving the Brahmana class, for this can bring pleasure to the demigods for whom the many sacrifices are recommended. So he's so wonderfully emphasizing service, regular service, and to the Brahmana class and how this is superior to Devata worship. So, what are some practical ways that we can actually serve the sadhus? Not just lip service, but we can go beyond that and actually do something.
Brahmanas, they are interested in protecting Dharma. That is why they're called Brahmanas. So help them in protecting Dharma in whatever way possible.
Okay.
Everybody has to be served according to their status and their desire and nature. Like, for example, Bhishma, when he was lying on the bed of arrows, he's not lying on the bed of arrows. He is just was lying on the battlefield. At that time, then he told Duryodhana that all Arjuna, everybody were there, that I just want to be in the battlefield because as a warrior, I just cannot go back to the palace without being victorious. I'm defeated here. It's not good for me to go back. Then Duryodhana immediately ordered the soldiers that we'll build a nice place here, bring a nice bed. Then Bhishma, he looked at Duryodhana and smiled and looked at Arjuna. Arjuna took one arrow and then shot one arrow, it becomes multiple arrows and became bed of arrows. So a Veera should be treated like that. It's not that, okay, let's give comfortable position for him now. No. And also when it came to the he felt thirsty, then he was ordered a nice golden jug of water. He was ordered to his soldiers. Again, Bhishma looked at Arjuna. Arjuna, he shot an arrow onto the ground. Ganga came and then fell in the mouth of Bhishma. You should know how to respect and treat, please a person. Especially Brahmanas are pleased when they see that you're involved in establishing dharma. That is how you please the Brahmanas. Just serve the Brahmanas. Sarvatmana Brahmakulam Nishevitam. Yeah.
Okay. So Maharaj, this 41st verse here, although the Supreme Personality of Godhead Ananta eats through the fire sacrifices offered in the names of the different demigods, he does not take as much pleasure in eating through fire as he does in accepting offerings through the mouths of learned sages and devotees, for then he does not leave the association of devotees. How amazing! So here it is said more than Krishna, we say Swaha, Swaha and put the oblations into the fire. But here Prithu Maharaj is telling more than that, what Krishna prefers is to eat through the mouths of the Brahmanas, the devotees. If you can expand on this a little bit more, Maharaj.
When you offer oblations into the fire, so that is how you do sacrifice, Swaha, put ghee. But Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that Vaishwanaroham Utva Praninam Deham Ashtha. So Krishna is there as Vaishwanara. And when you put the food through the mouth of the Brahmanas, and that goes to Krishna, and by which the Brahmanas are very much pleased, and by seeing the Brahmanas are pleased, Krishna becomes more pleased. So, this is how the Lord accepts that offering. When the Brahmanas have eaten, all the devatas are also satisfied and pleased. But in the fire sacrifice, that is not, though fire, God is a conscious person, fire itself is not consciousness. Now here, if you want to offer to one devata, you have to call that devata and offer like this.
Yes.
If you offer one ghee, you call the devata, then that devata accepts. But if you put one morsel in the mouth of the Brahmanas, because Brahmana is a representative of all the devatas. Indraya Swaha. So only Indra is accepting it. But if you put the morsel in the mouth of the Brahmanas, then all the devatas are satisfied.
Jai.
Yeah.
How can we revive this culture, Maharaj? Just the other day, you mentioned in a different meeting how your grandfather, almost on a daily basis, he was giving charity. So now it's become so selfish. How can we revive this culture, especially the householders, making this a habit of inviting the sadhus, feeding them, hearing from them? So what can we do to bring back this wonderful culture?
That's the job of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So Srila Prabhupada wanted a cultural revolution by establishing Krishna consciousness. That's called preaching. Preaching doesn't mean just give a class and go away to establish a culture.
Yes.
That's called preaching.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I'm jumping to the 43rd verse here. So beautiful, Maharaj Prithu, the way he is glorifying the Brahmanas. O respectable personalities present here, I beg the blessings of all of you that I may perpetually carry on my crown, the dust of the lotus feet of such Brahmanas and Vaishnavas until the end of my life. What a line. I beg the blessings of all of you that I may perpetually carry on my crown, the dust of the lotus feet of such Brahmanas and Vaishnavas until the end of my life. He who can carry such dust on his head is very soon relieved of all the reactions which arise from sinful life. and eventually he develops all good and desirable qualities. So, Maharaj, what does it mean to carry the dust of the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas on the crown? And also, how can we also be like Maharaj Prithu and carry the dust of the Vaishnavas on our head?
See, one is physically carrying the dust, that is expression of humility.
Yes.
And here the word dust refers to do some practical service.
Mm.
That's called dust.
Mm.
So now the Brahmanas are superior to the other aspects of yajna.
Mm.
Not only just because the Brahmana is conscious, but because Brahmana is having the knowledge.
Mm.
Brahma means Veda. So he has faith in the Veda, and he has got self-control.
Mm-hmm.
That is why the Brahmanas are superior. So I wish to carry the dust because it destroys sin. Because the dust of the lotus feet of the Brahmanas, they are having the potency of purifying everyone.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Further.
So, Maharaj, tracing back now, actually, so now that we talked a little bit about the glories of Vaishnavas, Brahmanas. So, Maharaj Prithu is addressing all his citizens. It's a very nice section, but in the interest of time, we don't have the luxury to actually go into the details of it. He's talking about Varnashrama Dharma, but the whole tone, the way he is speaking, is not like from a position of authority, I'm the king and you are also, and so, but it's very nicely like a loving father talking to the children, the way he addresses. And it's a very reciprocal thing. He's telling, as a king, what I need to do. He's also telling, as citizens, what you need to do. And together, he's also emphasizing about not only Varnashrama Dharma, but also ultimately taking up Krishna consciousness. So, if you can just highlight some essential points of what he is instructing his citizens here.
You're specifically talking about which words?
This whole section here, where he talked about the shlokas, he's talking to the citizens. I can give you the verses.
Yes, citizens.
21 to 36.
So all of you do the dharma.
Mm-hmm.
Now here he uses the word without envy.
Uh-huh.
Evan anasuyavaha. Anasuyavaha. Anasuya, 25th verse talks about.
Okay.
See, the whole purpose of doing benefit to others, living for the benefit of others, is genuinely to do that, not to show that I am. Because of me, you are benefited.
Mm-hmm.
By benefiting you, I am benefited. By serving you, I am benefited.
Mm-hmm.
So the duties should be done for one's own benefit.
Mm-hmm.
By doing your duty to others, you are benefited.
Mm-hmm.
That is the whole crux of our Varnashrama Dharma.
Mm-hmm.
It is not that, oh, I am helping you, I did some benefit to you, I did my duty to you. No, I am doing it for this duty for my benefit.
Mm-hmm.
I will become successful by doing my duty. When I do a duty towards others, when a mother does something to the child, that mother is benefited. And then Prithu says that if you all do your duties very nicely, I being the king, I will be successful.
Yes.
So my success is dependent on your success.
Yeah.
My duties are dependent on you doing your duties.
Mm.
So a king means great responsibility to make others engage in their prescribed duty. And if you want to do your duty, that is my success, and that my success will be that I will not take birth again.
Nice connection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's the essence of the entire Varnashrama.
So, Maharaj, a ruler should not just talk about Varnashrama. Of course, Prithu talks about Varnashrama, but he's also instructing them. You should also take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. You should also become devotees. So, how the current leaders forget about devotion? They are not even given the basic facilities. That is another thing. But like you said, it's a huge, huge responsibility on the king. He has to show them the way going back home, back to Godhead.
Forget about current leaders, now create for future leaders.
Okay, makes sense.
So you have to create future leaders.
Yes.
That is why we need to have gurukuls.
Yes, totally.
Because the present system of education is fully corrupt. To make those people clerks, they want that the student should not use their brains. So that was introduced by the British. So that they can become dependent. These students can become dependent on them. And when they're dependent on the British, then the British could exploit them. So now we had to change the entire education system.
Yes.
That happens over a period of time when you have your own gurukuls, your own schools, where we teach Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, sense control, regular lifestyle. And then train them to be proper Brahmanas and Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, their responsibility. So it doesn't happen just over a period of just 1 or 2 years.
Yes.
It will take time. So you have to create leaders.
Nice. So of course, we'll have a separate podcast for that. We will go deeper into the Gurukul aspects.
Yes.
So, yes, Maharaj. So, Maharaj, now transitioning into the next chapter, that is chapter 22. So, Prithu Maharaj addressed his citizens, they all glorified him. And now what we witness is the 4 Kumaras are arriving on the spot. Maitreya Uvacha Janeshu Pragrinatsvevam Prutum Prutula Vikramam Tatropajagmurmunaya Chatvara Surya Varchasaha. The great sage Maitreya said, while the citizens were thus praying to the most powerful King Prithu, the 4 Kumaras, who were as bright as the sun, arrived on the spot. Seeing the glowing effulgence of the 4 Kumaras, the masters of all mystic power, the king and his associates could recognize them as they descended from the sky. So here Maharaj, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is writing about how merely by their presence these Kumaras could purify. So what is such prowess of such great souls, even without them doing anything else, just merely being in a place that they are having the ability to purify everything and spiritualize the entire atmosphere?
Maharaj, they are the Shakti Avesh avatar of Krishna. The Jnana Shakti Avesh avatar of Krishna.
Okay.
So naturally, wherever they are, they purify. And they have been described like sun, the shining sun.
Yeah.
The Maharaj was already famous. And these 4 Kumaras, they came there, arrived there to give further instructions to Maharaj. Now there are 2 Shakti Avesh avatars.
Yes.
One Jnana Shakti Avesh avatar, the 4 Kumaras, and you have Prithu Maharaj, who is Bhupalana Shakti Avesh avatar.
Amazing. So unlike Jaya Vijaya, who actually did not recognize their greatness, of course it was the pastime and that whole scene happened. But here, however, Prithu Maharaj, the way he receives them is really wonderful. So we'll get into that now. Taddarshanodgatan pranan pratyaditsur ivottitah sasadasyanugo vainya indriyesho gunaniva Seeing the four Kumaras, Prithu Maharaja was greatly anxious to receive them. Therefore, the king, with all his officers, very hastily got up, as anxiously as a conditioned soul whose senses are immediately attracted by the modes of material nature. I'll just quote one more thing. When the great sages accepted their reception according to the instructions of the Shastras and finally took their seats offered by the king, influenced by the glories of the sages, immediately bowed down. Thus he worshipped the four Kumaras. So here, especially here, the second line, Prashrayanata Kandaraha, he lowered his shoulders out of humility. So such details Bhagavatam gives. So Maharaj guest reception, here it goes on to say how Prithu Maharaj received and honored the four Kumaras as given in the scriptures. So scriptures looks like it covers everything, including guest reception. So the way he is eagerly getting up, like as though his life air has come out and is immediately rising up, like the conditioned soul getting attracted to the sense objects, and even such a great emperor, emperor of the whole universe, and his shoulders lowering in humility. So this whole demeanor and him washing the feet and sprinkling the water on his head. So, what is the proper Vedic guest reception as given in the scriptures?
It's evident in many in the Bhagavatam how to receive a guest, especially when you have somebody like Narada coming to the ashrama of Vyasa.
Mm-hmm.
There, it is described Vidhivat. Vidhi refers to two things. One is Brahma, other is rules and regulations.
Okay.
Whatever way you worship the Supreme Lord, in the same way you worship the guest. You first welcome them, make them sit on a proper place, and then you give them achaman, all these things. Of course, according to time, place, and circumstance, you can vary those things. But the principle is worshipping, respecting. That is the principle. That should not be forgotten. Like you read the deity worship manual, you'll find Swagatam, make him sit. Then you give Padyam, Argyam, Achvaniyam, and then the food, then Purrachanamim. All these things are there.
Yes.
So, like here also it is described. Pada Shaucha Sharile. And for Krishna, you do a small spoon and say Achaman, but you have to give a lot of water to wash the feet. Now, it is described that Acharan Manayanniva. Manayanniva means he conducted himself like a well-bred person. Manayanniva. Yeah.
Yes, Maharaj. So, Maharaj, after this, the way Prithu Maharaj, no, actually on this guest reception, one more thing I wanted clarity. In Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, he's writing, if somebody does not receive a guest properly, there is a special type of hell they are going to go to. Is this really true? It must be, right?
Yes.
Wow. So it's...
Actually, you'll die.
Oh.
When a great personality comes, naturally the vata goes up. You should stand up. In the Mahabharata, there is a verse. Urdhvam pranahi utkramanti yunaha staivira agate. When an elderly person comes, naturally the pranas go up.
Okay.
And now, by standing up and respecting, greeting elders, your life returns to the body. Suppose you are sitting and you don't get up, but your pranas are going up. That means they go up and then they will not able to get it.
Oh.
And you should stand up when an elderly person comes.
Okay. Now Prithu Maharaj is inquiring from the Kumaras, and the way he inquires also, I mean, everything is so instructive. His every demeanor, his every word is, there are so many lessons actually. So Maharaj, in asking the welfare also, so Prithu Maharaj, he's thinking, what is there to ask welfare about you? You are always in bliss. So singing the glories of the Lord. Instead, he says, let me ask the welfare of all the people. And the way he asks, what can bring the welfare of all the suffering humanity? And that is pleasing the Kumaras, and especially Sanat Kumara, who is the head of all the four Kumaras. He says, your question is so glorious that you're asking about the welfare of the humanity. So if you can also throw some light on what we should ask also, what can we learn from Maharaj Prithu, the way he's inquiring?
It all varies from person to person.
Okay.
Like you see a small kid, then what you ask, how are your studies going on? Isn't it?
Yes.
If you see a elderly lady, say, how is your health? Isn't it?
Yes.
When you see a businessman, you say, how is your business going on? Whatever is the most concern for a particular person, you should first address that.
Okay.
Um, so it requires sensitivity, that's all. When you see a young girl at the age of about to get married and you say, bless her, Shikrameva Kalyana Praptirastu, you become very soon you get married. So blessings and asking Kushala Prashna, it's an art. It's just lost now. Yes, how are you? Oh, fine, thank you.
Yes.
Kamcho, Majama, like that.
Yeah.
More complicated, more subtle. So these days people have lost that sensitivity because of the language. We use English as a language. It doesn't cater to such sensitivity.
True. So these are for everyday people, Maharaj, but sadhus, this is another level where, as it is having apprehension, like what to ask, already that anxiety is there. But the way Prithu asked is so nice. In Ramayana, in one of your classes, I think you had said, the way Dasharatha is inquiring from Vishwamitra Muni also when he came, how is your business of overcoming the cycle of birth and death going on? I mean, that's like another level of question.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, what is the question?
The question was, the question was when dealing with sadhus, saints, so what do we inquire from them?
Yeah, you inquire from how much donation you want.
Oh God. Come straight to the point.
This just
Yes, yes.
a wild thought. Actually, I just do not say like that. It is actually a culture, part of the culture. When I joined ISKCON, it was 97. I was not knowing to the sadhu world and the cultural aspects of it. So at that time, many Gujaratis, the whole temple was full of Gujaratis.
Okay.
Off and on, somebody came and asked, प्रभु जी कुछ सेवा है? नहीं जो नहीं प्रभु जी कुछ सेवा नहीं, आप जप कीजिए। मैं वो तो करूंगा, मुझे कुछ सेवा बताइए। It happened for a few months. Then I asked one devotee, बहुत लोग आके पूछते हैं सेवा बताइए। मैं तो बहुत बताता हूँ, बुक डिस्कशन करो तो। But still they are not satisfied. They are asking. Actually, they are Gujarati, so they want you to spell out that, give some money.
Okay.
For them, sadhu means I should go and give some money to him. That's in their culture. It's in their culture. That's the. All other things are seva, but if they don't give money, that's all other seva is not considered to be complete.
Okay.
So when the sadhus used to go to the kings, they used to do Kanakabhisheka, and then so that the dharma can be established only with artha. Without artha, there is no question establishing dharma. So all the sadhus earlier were given cows, because cow is the wealth. See, wherever you go, what is the first thing Vasudeva did? He was in the jail when Krishna appeared, and he thought that what to do. He had to give 10,000 cows in charity. So based on all these things, I summarized it.
Yes. Okay. So Maharaj, what follows Prithu Maharaj's question is, there's a very detailed answer that Sanat Kumara is going to give. So is he talking about Jnana Yoga? It seems like it. Of course, towards the end of his instructions, he does seems like he's talking about Bhakti Yoga. So if you can tell us what exact instructions, what is the answer in response to Prithu Maharaj's question?
Now, hearing the words of Prithu Maharaj, which were, in one sense, essentially the whole purpose of the appearance of Krishna in this world is to please the sadhus. And his question was very apt. Kshemaha kenanjasa bhavet. 15th verse, last line.
Okay.
That is his question essentially. After asking many questions, I want to know by what means kshemaha kena, how kshema, anjasa bhavet. And what is the meaning of anjasa there?
Without delay.
Easily. Anjasa means easily. That means without delay, immediate. So you should tell a process of kshema for the people, out of which it is number one, it should be immediate, and it should be also without easy.
Yeah.
Like if you remember the verse in Bhagavad Gita where Krishna says to Arjuna, Pratyaksha dharmyam susukam. Both should be there. It should be easy, but it should also take long time. It should be taking very less time, immediate. The result should get immediate result, but at the same time, it should not be very tedious. So, easy and difficult, both. So that was the question asked. So these words of Prithu Maharaj were having some wonderful lakshanas. So wonderful lakshanas. Suktam akarnya. That suktam akarnya, which was saram, shushtu, mitam, madhu, samyamana. 5 lakshanas are given. Saram means what? Essential. Shushtu, very nicely spoken. Mitam, very less words used. Madhu, very sweet.
Yes.
Smayama. Smiling. And these words were very saram, essential, logical also. Sanat Kumara, they start speaking. And then first they say, Astyeva Rajan Bhavato Madhudrishaha. 20th verse. Padaravindasya Gunanuvadane. Ratir Durapa Vidunoti Naishtiki Kamam Kshaya Chayam Balam Antaratmanaha. Say your glory is so wonderful. You are fixed up in glorifying the qualities of the lotus feet of Krishna. And what is the nature of these glorifications? They wash away the contamination of lust in the mind. Kamam Kshaya Balam Antaratmanaha. So first they glorify Prithu Maharaj and then they talk about the entire philosophy, how the whole attachment to the material existence is so much in our consciousness. It's very difficult to get it out. That consciousness, what you have, that is Rati for Krishna, that is very rare. And it's very difficult to achieve. And it can be only achieved by Bhakti. All the other processes they describe, but they say these processes are not going to help much as surrender. How? Yasmin nidam sadasad atmataya vibhati. 38th verse. Now, that this Nitya Mukta Parishuddha Vishuddha Tattvam, one has to, what one has to do for that? Prapadye, surrender. So without surrender, there is no way. Then they describe surrender. A beautiful verse, my most favorite verse.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yatpada pankaja palasa vilasa bhaktya karma shayam gratit udgadit karma shayam gratit mudgadayanti santa tattvanariktamatayo yatatopi ruddha Shroto gananstamaram bhajavasudevam.
So beautiful.
Yesterday I recited this verse in front of Vishnupada in Gaya.
Nice. Wonderful.
Samashritaye padapallavaplavam mahatpadam punya yasho murare bhavambude vatsapadam param padam 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 yatti padam natesha. And then Yatpada pankaja pilas vilasa bhaktya karma shayam gatitamudgrananti santaha tadvannariktamatayo yatato piruddha shoto gananstamaranam bhajavasudevam. Those who are foolish sannyasis, who try to stop the flowing sense of river cannot untie. That is a bhajavasudevam. Vishnupada, in front of Vishnupada, these two verses were recited by.
Yes.
So, this is how essentially talks about Bhakti. Bhajavasudevam. Yeah.
Nice. So, Maharaj, worship the lotus feet of the Lord means what? Okay, literally worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord is one thing. Take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord, worship the lotus feet of the Lord.
These are all different aspects of surrender. Bhakti without surrender is not Bhakti. Any anga of Bhakti has to be with surrender. Yes.
And surrender means executing the instructions of the spiritual master?
Yeah, definitely. Bhakti should be done under the guidance of a spiritual master. So, naturally.
Okay. So, Maharaj, in reply to this, Rajo Vacha, so Prithu Maharaj is reciprocating his gratitude. Rajo Vacha, Prithu me nugraha purvam harinartanu kampina Tam apadayitum brahman bhagavan yuyamagataha. The king said, O Brahmana, O powerful one, formerly Lord Vishnu showed me his costless mercy, indicating that you would come to my house, and to confirm that blessing, you all have come. My dear Brahmana, you have carried out the order thoroughly because you are also as compassionate as the Lord. It is my duty, therefore, to offer you something, but all I possess are but remnants of food taken by great saintly persons. What shall I give? He is the emperor of the universe, and such immense, deep rooted gratitude. He is telling, whatever I have, I've taken remnants of food taken by great saintly persons. What can I give you? So, like this, he continues. The king continued, therefore, my dear Brahmanas, my life, wife, children, home, furniture, household paraphernalia, my kingdom, strength, land, and especially my treasury are all offered unto you. Since only a person who is completely educated according to the principles of Vedic knowledge deserves to be commander in chief, ruler of the state, the first to chastise and the proprietor of the whole planet, Prithu Maharaj offered everything to the Kumaras. What a high class devotee he is. The way he knows that nothing belongs to me, it is all sadhu uchishta, it is all remnants of the sadhus. So, if you can glorify this quality of Prithu Maharaj, Maharaj.
It's called king.
Mm-hmm.
Who again and again emphasizes that our kushalata, our prosperity is based on Brahmana's happiness. And Brahmana's happiness is based on cow's happiness. And that's how Krishna protects the entire world through the cows and the Brahmanas.
Okay. Nice. So the Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras eat their food by virtue of the Brahmanas' mercy. It is the Brahmanas who enjoy their own property, clothe themselves with their own property, and give charity with their own property. So Prithu Maharaj continued, how can such persons who have rendered unlimited service by explaining the path of self-realization in relation to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and whose explanations are given for our enlightenment with complete conviction and Vedic evidence, be repaid except by folded palms containing water for their satisfaction? Such great personalities can be satisfied only by their own activities, which are distributed amongst human society out of their unlimited mercy. So, Maharaj, what is the nature of the service rendered by Vaishnavas that we can never ever repay their debt? We will always remain indebted to them.
So we are indebted to many people actually.
Uh-huh.
But there are different kinds of debt, and the topmost debt is a Rishi Runa. That happens only when you start preaching Krishna consciousness, when you support preaching activities, start supporting dharma. So that's the most important.
Okay. Yeah. So that's how we repay that. Of course, we cannot repay, but that is how we reciprocate.
You can try. You can try.
Yes.
But by trying to do so, it's as good as repaying, because when you try to repay the debts, the person whom you are indebted to, he becomes pleased. Yeah.
So Maharaj, in the 53rd verse, I was reading Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. So it is said how all the Kumaras, they were very pleased with Prithu Maharaj. They left to the Brahmaloka. And then Prithu Maharaj continues to perform all his duties perfectly well. So in that context, they are saying he enjoyed without attachment. How can one enjoy without attachment?
Why? If you can only enjoy when you don't have attachment.
Oh wow, you flipped the whole thing.
Attachment brings suffering. Detachment brings enjoyment.
Okay. I like the way you put it. Very nice, Maharaj. So Maharaj, the last chapter for today's discussion, that is chapter number 23, where Maharaj Prithu is going to go back home. So at the last stage of his life, when Maharaj Prithu saw himself getting old, that great soul who was king of the world, divided whatever opulence he had accumulated amongst all kinds of living entities, moving and non-moving. He arranged pensions for everyone according to religious principles, and after executing the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in complete coordination with him, he dedicated his sons unto the earth, which was considered to be his daughter. Then Maharaj Prithu left the presence of his citizens, who were almost lamenting and crying from feeling separation from the king, and went to the forest alone with his wife to perform austerities. So, Maharaj, this Vanaprastha ashrama, where throughout Bhagavatam we see this trend, great emperors, they have such opulence, surrounded by gold and women and this and that, and such power that they wield, but they're all very eager. As soon as they find an opportune moment, they want to hand over the kingdom to their son or whoever the heir apparent is, and they go to the forest. So they are like so fixed. My real goal is God realization, going back home, back to Godhead. So that is what here Prithu Maharaj is also doing. But where did we go wrong? Why did we lose that track? Now it is like hang on to the bare life even until the very last moment in the ICU unit, where there is no use for the life, but still hold on to it. So if you can emphasize this Vanaprastha ashrama, focusing on that ultimate goal, how important that is.
Actually, Vanaprasthas are most important.
Okay.
Because the experience of both material life and spiritual life. So they know how to give material guidance as well as set spiritual examples.
Nice.
So, Vanaprastha ashrama is you are with your wife, at the same time live like a sannyasi. So that's a perfect example for the entire society. That is life of tapasya. You may be very rich, but still you are not.
Yes.
You are living a simple life. So he thought of Dhruva Maharaj.
Yes.
Because Dhruva Maharaj is Jain system. Yeah.
Yeah. And why did he take Archi with him? Usually we say Vanaprastha is not for women, they'll be taken care by the sons.
Vanaprastha is both husband and wife together.
Going to forest?
Vanaprastha, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, forest is not a dangerous place.
Okay.
Forest means not forest as such. There are dwellings within the forest. That's called Vanaprastha.
Okay. So both of them go, and the way Maharaj, this whole process that he follows is described, it's a little surprising. So he is actually a pure devotee from what we can see, very exalted. But however, the way he lives his life, it seems like although almost like Ashtanga yoga, like it's called Adhyatmika yoga. Can you throw some light on this? What process did he actually follow?
Externally, he showed the process of Ashtanga because that is a very famous process. But ultimately, he took up the most important yoga known as Bhakti yoga, which is known as Adhyatma yoga. It said, Sarat Kumaro Bhagavan Yadda Aha Adhyatmikam Param Yogam. What is that Adhyatmikam Param Yogam? It is ultimately pure devotional service. That is what he took up to. Bhajavasudevam. That is what is described in the 9th verse.
Yes. So, of course, Prithu achieved so many almost impossible things, but this is his greatest accomplishment that he could think of Krishna and went back home, back to Godhead. But what is also very instructive is the way Archi, so she lamented, but just for a little bit. But then she is the one who performs the funeral rites. She then enters the fire. So how women can learn from this just by being chaste? I say just, but it's actually a very important quality. So through the chastity, like in English they say he before God and she before he, just by serving one's devotee husband with great chastity, how the wife is also getting the same destination that her glorious husband got.
Yes, by following the husband, wife also get the same destination.
So the two planes descend, and both Maharaj Prithu and Archi, they board their own planes. Maharaj, fact that two planes are coming, is this to show that it's always individual going back home, back to Godhead? No matter how wonderful couple they were, still spiritual journey is always traversed alone.
Oh, it's a speculation. I don't, nothing is written about it.
You're so quick too. Yeah. Okay. Nice. And do everybody, every single soul, whoever is going back home, back to Godhead, spiritual plane will come?
Krishna himself will come for devotees.
Wow.
Tesham aham samuddarta mritu samsara sagarat. Tomorrow I'll be in Kanchipuram.
Oh.
There, where Vardhara told to Ramanuja through Kanchipuram that my devotee don't have to worry about thinking of me at the time of death. I'll personally come.
Jai.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
So why send plane and all? Krishna will personally come.
Oh. Because every time planes are coming, so Dhruva Maharaj plane came, Prithu Maharaj plane is coming, so our eagerness is also increasing. When will ours come? After how many lifetimes we don't know, but that's why I asked.
Yeah, though they had no idea of plane crashes at that time. So
Yeah. Yes. So here is, both Prithu and Archi, they are traversing, they are going, and all the devatas are seeing, especially the demi-goddesses, they are seeing and they're glorifying Archi like anything, that by serving her husband, she is going. So, what a glorious example set by both Prithu and Archi. And towards the end of this chapter, Maharaj, there are quite a few verses just for Falashruti, if you want to say something about that.
the whole purpose of the Falashruti is to attract those people interested on all these different Falas. Ultimately, the real Falashruti is that we attain Bhakti. Shrunyat, Shravayat, Patyat, Vainyasya Charitam Punyam, Amalam Bhaktim Udvahan. Amalam Bhakti will manifest. Other things are all secondary.
So, what a glorious pastime. I thoroughly relished going through Prithu Maharaj's pastime. Of course, others also, but whichever pastime we are going, that takes the highlight. So, Maharaj, anything throughout this whole several chapters about Maharaj Prithu that you want to highlight before we move to Brahmastra?
Yeah, we long for Prithu Maharaj to come back again or empower somebody who can lead this country and the entire world to set up exemplary leadership.
Nice, awesome. Wonderful. So, Maharaj, for Brahmastra, because just now we witnessed Maharaj Prithu and Archi going back home, back to Godhead. So, usually when somebody leaves, but here it's a glorious leaving, so what we call as eulogy. So, there is a prayer meeting and things like that, and people will come and eulogize, glorify them like anything. So, from the pages of Bhagavatam, I will give you about a dozen great personalities who went back home, back to Godhead. So, for each of them, maybe in a sentence or two, if you can eulogize them about their greatness. So the first set, it's actually a group. So Pandavas along with Draupadi when they went back home, back to Godhead.
They need not, because Krishna is always with them.
That's nice. Very nice. What about Bhishma Pitamaha? Waited for Uttarayana.
He was waiting for Krishna, who is another name is Uttarayana.
Correct.
Because we entered the Garbha of Uttara.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Parikshit Maharaj. He will go later, but...
He went and then Takshaka came.
Yeah. Dhruva Maharaj going back home, back to Godhead.
He could have gone early, but somehow Krishna wanted to show to the entire world, my devotee is so great that in spite of all the opulences, he is not bewildered.
Bharat Maharaj.
Hope I was there with him to associate with him, and have taken the deer out from there.
Oh, okay, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Anyhow, Krishna wanted him to give instructions to Rahugana. And he came as Jada Bharat again.
Yes, yes. Nice. For a moment, I was shocked when you said, I wish I was there. I was thinking, like, what are you trying to convey? Prahlad Maharaj.
Ad Maharaj, he's still there. Whenever there's discussion of good qualities, we talk of Prahlad. He's still there.
Yes, yes, yes. Prachetas, who we will talk about next.
Prachetas, they are the most not so well-known pure devotees.
Not so well-known pure devotees, okay.
When you talk pure devotees, you come to many people, but Prachetas, not much talk.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. Priyavrata Maharaj, Uttana Prabhupada's brother.
Who came back again.
Yes.
Yeah. He renounced, came back, again renounced.
Oh. Okay, okay. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So he showed that renunciation is important. At the same time, that is not the topmost. Service is more important than renunciation.
So instructive. Vritrasura.
Tasura, he showed that how death, defeat, and death in a war is victory in battle.
Amazing, amazing. Gajendra, did he go back home, back to Godhead? He got liberated, Gajendra Moksha, but he went back home?
Yeah, whatever it may be, he must have gone, definitely. One who offered the last piece of ounce of energy to Krishna.
Yes.
About to leave, okay. And before I leave, what energy is there? Let me just offer the flower to Krishna.
Yeah. Yeah.
So before you leave, just offer everything to Krishna and then go.
Yes, yes. So nice, Maharaj. You're giving such punchlines, 1-2 sentences. What about Srila Prabhupada's going back home, back to Godhead?
It is compared to Bhishma's going back home, back to Godhead. Compared to Haridas Thakur's going back home, back to Godhead.
Yeah. Yeah. What about your own glorious spiritual master, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, going back home, back to Godhead?
He's going back home, back to Godhead. Gave the same feeling when Prabhupada went back home, back to God.
Yes.
Devotees felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a huge vacuum.
Yes.
For me, interestingly, I am developing a greater attachment to your spiritual master after he left.
I don't understand.
For me personally, I am developing a greater attachment to your spiritual master after he left. Like, I didn't know much about him when he was there. After he left, I am great admiration. Yeah. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you so much. So just like today we were discussing how repaying the debt to Guru, it is impossible and all those things. I always feel so guilty that, of course, you are very selfless. But I always feel, especially when I see in your Bhagavatam classes where you give in different temples, at least you get a flower garland when you give a class. But here, week after week, you come and take out your precious time. I mean, I'm so lowly. I mean, I'm in a position for online class. I can't even offer you a garland. That is the least that one can do. So, but still, I mean, I'm almost like in tears now. So, but out of your, I don't know, magnanimity, generosity, what can I say? So, like he said, all we can do is just bow down, and I can only say thank you. So, thank you so much, Maharaj, for taking your time out and so nicely helping us relish these pastimes and so many wonderful lessons. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Maharaj. So there we go. Hare Krishna, everyone. So this was our discussion in our 63rd episode. So this is a brief discussion where we are wrapping up the pastime of Prithu Maharaj. So next week when we come back, we will see how Maharaja Prithu's descendants, and through that we will see how Prachina Barhi, and then from there the Pracheta's wonderful pastime. So until now in Canto 4, we have seen the very first performer of Bhakti, the performer who was in the mode of ignorance who performed bhakti, that was Daksha Prajapati. And then we moved on to Dhruva Maharaj, who was the performer who performed bhakti in the mode of passion. I mean, he was in the mode of passion. And now we saw Prithu Maharaj, the performer in the mode of goodness, who performed bhakti and went back home, back to Godhead. But in the final fag end of this Canto 4, we will see the pastime of Prachetas, who are actually in pure devotion, how they are going to perform bhakti. So it's going to be really, really interesting. So don't go anywhere. As always, come back. And until then, stay inquisitive and stay Krishna conscious. We will see you in the 64th episode. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you. Hare Krishna Maharaj. Hare Krishna.